Josh, do you mind just coming like a little bit more because I'm going to record this?
Right here?
So, yeah, perfect. So, like, now it's getting a little bit too much, so I'm going to just resistance, no. Then I'm going to let it go. If she looks and doesn't do anything, yes. And I can throw away. So she is able to totally leave him. And with me standing by Josh, there's more reason for her to come up. And I'm going to just, that little bit of barking, I'm going to just ignore. Just do what you're doing. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
A little tired.
You got a game plan for the fence?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Massive.
Good girl. Cool.
Bigger muscle tank on today, huh?
I was wearing it yesterday, so kind of like same clothes from yesterday, you know? And just like,
Hey, that's a common.
it's a normal thing in my house.
I have to change at least. I have to like not wear them double.
Yeah.
Like they don't go in the hamper yet because then my video I can't tell which one's a different day.
Oh, right. You're like, that's like, oh, you're gonna say different.
Yeah,
right,
because
right.
I'm in the same clothes. I'm
You're
like,
like-
wait, what day is
You're
this
like,
one?
Thursday and Wednesday kind of blended together at you.
Yeah. Good girl.
Yeah, no, I got pressure treated 2x4s.
Cool.
I'm thinking that like, I got 4 of them.
Yes.
Just,
good girl.
just for,
Very good.
I might have an extra one, so we'll just see. I just want
Okay.
to have more,
Cool.
not enough. So.
Yeah.
And I know I needed a couple more pieces for that up there.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it should go pretty smooth.
Cool.
I'm just gonna screw the hinges right onto the stakes.
Yeah, perfect.
They didn't have the size of stakes.
Oh, damn.
So.
Got it. So that just worked. Yes. So this is really good. Like it's cool. Me and Josh are having a conversation. He's just acting like these dogs don't exist. They both are kind of working on these same issues. Both of us, like Rosie's being able to do a little bit more obedience with Riley because she's still a little bit reactive. I'm not really asking her to do anything. I'm just finding moments that I like, marking that with a yes, letting her come back. She gets in a little bit too much of a fit. That's when I'm going to do that resistance to block that choice and go back to it. So all that's really good with the smelling. I know. Is it your best friend? Huh? She hasn't seen Chelsea yet today. Chelsea just walked in and she went right to doing this. So good girl. Very good. So now for sure, Riley, I don't know about Rosie, but we can kind of see. Riley's at the point where I'm going to give Josh some food and have him show her the food. And I just want you to tell her, get it, throw it away, and then she's going to come back to you and then feed her from her hand. So just do one piece at a time. Just tell her, get it, and like just toss it there. Perfect. And then feed her right coming towards you. Good girl. Good. Give her another one right from you. The reason that I had him give it to from his hand is because she's not trying to get away. Before, she a lot of times would like go and then she'd like retreat back really quick. Now she's really staying with him, so that's awesome. So this time, why don't you give the piece of food and then take 3 steps backwards? And me as the handler is gonna follow my distraction. And then take 3 steps backwards. Give it to her again. And now just tell her, get it and throw it away.
Get it?
Okay. And then you can kind of move a little bit more over here, Josh. So even though he's coming forward, we're just kind of just taking it slow. Riley's not retreating, which is really nice. Still a little bit barky, but definitely understanding that like he's the source of food. So because she's not retreating, she's staying here. I'm actually going to hand you the leash.
Okay.
And do you think you could just tell her with me and just bring her to your left side and just walk a circle around this area? And that little bit of barking, I'm not even going to care. And just give her a little bit more slack on the leash, Josh. There you go, perfect. And just keep walking. We're just going to let Rosie kind of hang. I'm going to make this screen a little bit bigger so you guys for sure can see everything. So body language from Riley is her tail's starting to get a little bit up. You see when Josh is not making any notions towards her, not looking at her all, it starts going up. The second he does something more with his body, it goes down, like just right there. I don't know if you could see it in the camera, but all in all, that's looking really good. Josh, why don't you, oh, that's okay. Keep moving. And why don't you just like randomly just treat it from your hand? Perfect. Just keep walking. Good. No, not yet. Good. Now just stop moving. Feed her. Good girl. See if you could. So I don't want you to bend down where you're like right on top of her. I want you to just turn your body where you're pointing away from her and just bend down. See if she'll get freaked. Yep, and then just bend down right there. Good. See if she'll let you pet her. Just don't reach. If she comes, yeah, perfect. Not quite sure. Josh is doing a really good job about just being really slow about this. Good girl. Yep, perfect. Now, one thing we could do that she's starting to like push, like this is a way better response than she has in the past, is what we're gonna do is Josh is gonna hold a handful of food, not give it to her, almost like lure her so she can't get it, and make her push through your hand to get the food.
Okay.
So you're gonna show it to her,
So eventually
you're gonna push her through,
Right.
and then feed her when she goes into your hand. If she at all like backs out, just stay still.
You mean just be like right here
Yep,
like this?
perfect. So I'll give you another handful. And you can use whatever's in your pocket too. It's the same stuff.
So like this?
Yeah. And while it's out, have your other hand up over it. So let her lure. So you're gonna kind of like be like this. So she's gonna come into, but see how you're kind of making it where you can't do it? This hand's eventually gonna pet her. So show her this, and this hand's gonna be right here. So then I'm gonna lure her through. Lure her through your hand and pet her. So this hand's gonna stay still. This hand's gonna pull in so you could actually pet her. So anytime she goes back to your lure hand, just feed her right away. Open up your hand just a little bit more. Good. And let her have a piece. Because right now she doesn't have much hope to stay in your pocket. So letting her have some food, making it easy for her. Good. Good. It's okay. Just leave him alone. He's not friendly.
Okay. Oh no, I was just gonna start each minute.
Oh, he pooped right there. Yeah, just it's okay. I don't want him to.
Oh, my
I don't
God.
want. I don't want us not to be prepared and him try to nip at you. Good girl. And actually try to pet her, Josh. Good. And then feed her. Good. While you're petting her. There. Good. Now pick up the leash. Good girl. And just walk around again. So that's really good. This is really scary of him getting up. Still getting a little bit of the woofs. We're just going to ignore it. We're going to work towards it going, just slowly just starting to cease. Good. There, now our tail's really coming up. And then wherever you want, Josh, just stop again. See if she'll let you pet her again.
You want me to feed her?
Yeah, you could do that. It's okay. Just hold that hand out there. Just hold that there. And when she goes and give her the food, go a little bit lower so she can actually get to it. There you go. Good. Now take your hand away and keep feeding her. So, like, try to have it where you're taking the pressure off of your hand away before she finishes eating. So when you're almost at your last piece, take this hand away so she stays with you. She's not seeing your hand go away and she's backing out from it. Yeah. There, then pull your hand away. Cool, Josh, thanks. Want to pick her up, bring her over to me? Not pick her up, yeah, pick her up. We'll just ruin all this progress we just made. Perfect. Thanks, Josh. And she did good. Just, I know, look at her.